Okay, it's been said many times over that the real facet of every society is in the type of garbage that they dispose of, where they dispose of, and importantly, how they dispose of. I think in Singapore alone, if you take a look at the OFO bikes, we are not supposed to dispose of, but yet some people still dispose of it, right? It's also seasonal. It's also been, statistics have shown that during period like Christmas, affluent countries like Singapore, some of the garbage that they dispose of even have price tags. So, something to think about. All right. Okay, every country aspire to be clean, green, smart, healthy. This doesn't just happen overnight. There's a lot of work involved to get this done, a lot of collaboration. And it's precisely because of this aspiration that WAMRAS came into inception in year 2001. So where we come in is we help our 138 members, the operators, the folks behind the scenes, the folks that clear up the trash where we sleep, the people who clear up all the solid waste, or the recyclers. We help them to improve and upgrade their skill set. More importantly, one of our latest initiatives in 2015, we work with the APEC Waste and Environment Alliances in China and around the region to share knowledge. Our core activities, as mentioned, is not just technology or best practices, but to have overseas trip. And we are proud and honored to have Dr. Amy Kaur as our advisor. Under her stewardship as advisor, we have gone from strength to strength, and with more members coming in every year. Okay, these are the real challenges. So what I'm sharing here is not based on hearsay or from the textbook or from some journals or magazines. These are real world situations that a lot of citizens and laymen folks like us take for granted. You see, in this industry, it is not like when you join a major financial fintech company, JP Morgan or Chase, or it is basically people look at it as not so glamorous, not so healthy. So we have it's a challenge to attract workers. This is compounded further with the restraint on foreign workers. Now, the net impact or the net effect it has is difficult to continue operations or sustain operations in a way that can attain the aspiration on my second slide. So if you remember the second slide, we have this beautiful landscape. It doesn't happen. We need to have a lot of collaboration with data sources, infusing data sources, increase productivity, and we at WAMRAS help our members who has been very focused with their operations to look beyond the operations, look beyond Singapore on how we can collaborate with other entities to make this. So the maps are alive. We partner with Esri, and Esri is one of our key partners for IoTs and platforms. So natural and built environment coupled in, and this makes sense for the citizens. So clean and green cities, collaboration with stakeholders, community leaders, city leaders, the citizens, and more importantly, the operators. Because this ecosystem doesn't stop. Now, in this particular deck, where we help our members to realize that their operation is not an island, because of the affluence of every society with more ingestion of people, visitors, and smart nation initiative, there will be more data sources. So with Esri's help, ingest in the operational dashboard of Esri to have, example, people count, CRMs, fleet management. You can even have staff count on dwelling time. What I'm going to do next is to show you basically how a typical command and control center in an operator ops room. Again, this is a snapshot of an actual command operational dashboard. So assuming if I'm the operational manager, I come in the morning. If you look on the left-hand side, we have feeds coming in. These feeds can be from our CRM, it can be from the government agencies, it can be from a website, it can be a phone call from the public. So these feeds comes in. So typically, before infusing operational dashboard and technology, this will all be handwritten, put inside a spreadsheet, appears in rows and columns. And it's up to the operation manager up in his head to juggle about how am I going to dispose of I'm going to allocate my resources to meet this task. So you see that this task, in total, we have 19 tasks. So where each time when this new feeds and tasks comes in, it will be geotag, date stamp, timestamp. So new tasks will appear in green. So if we give an example of every task is given X number of hours to resolve the case. So let's, for example, illustration's sake, let's say 6 hours. So within the first 3 hours, it will be green. Once it passes the 50% threshold, it will be amber. And it passes the next 50%, it will be in red. For an industry that is already short of manpower, you need to work smart, effective, and efficiently. And this is where the dashboard will show them, will help them to visualize and associate where are the tasks. See those in red, green, and an amber, so that they can allocate their resources accordingly and smartly. There's a critical task here on the right. So if I point here and it shows me there it is. So if I like to take a look at, all right, what is critical about this task. So it shows me this video. And this can be taken from the field. So we're talking about field collaboration and engagement. So this is about an overflow bin. Right? Overflow bin, and looks like a bin is damaged at the same time. Now, next, what I'm going to show here is also on the fleet management system. You'll notice that there are some trucks here, and the trucks are colored by green, blue, and red. So, for simplicity's sake, what I show here is that shows that those red are ignition off, green is in motion, and yellow is stop. In the actual operational dashboard, we even have aggressive driving, illegal U-turns, overtaking, speeding. Yeah. So in this instance, in this case here, this week we have a new driver, and his name is Elton. I think his name is Elton Teo. It's a new driver here, so we wanted to see how is he faring. Is he in trouble? Does he need any help? Or is he doing his work? So I can execute. And it shows me here that, okay, that's Elton, and there he is. So let's see what is he engaged in currently. So from the real end of the truck, we have this video, and it shows that, okay, Elton, this driver, he's engaged in clearing some trash. Surprisingly, we need to know that there are a lot of Eltons in this industry because of the high attrition rate. The drivers come and go. The operation manager come and go. Now, business continuity. You can't let an asset that leave your company, leave the company and join a competitor and become a liability to its ex-employer. The business must go on, and that's what this operational dashboard is about. So I see what they dispose of and how they dispose of, and this in this instance is a big mattress. Okay, right. Some people say that this is a good industry because it's quite recession-proof. Whether it is good times, bad times, people still have rubbish to throw. True to some effect. Let me just revert back to the dashboard. Okay, coming back to here, you've seen the operational dashboard, which is about this deck. Where WOMRAS comes in is our members are the first to engage the public. The feedbacks and the data sources that they got from the operational dashboard will be with them and will continue to accumulate that. That means they have a data bank of data sources that have accumulated over the years with this operational dashboard. So they have a wealth of data bank that they can do trends, they can predict for forecast for future. WOMRAS act as a conduit for data from our members with the government agencies. The government agencies will then formulate programs, initiatives, education with the schools, with the corporate citizens, and that will flow to the public. And again, the public will then flow back on the street, and this will be experienced by the operators again to witness the delta. Are there any improvements and all? And that goes back to WOMRAS and feeds back to the government. So you see, it never stops. It's a continuing work. And with that, what's even more important is they need to have a significant outcome, an outcome that can help them to propel for the next stage and not get stagnated firefighting. Right? As you can see on the slides, those are some of the major outcomes. Main thing is they have a common operating picture. Okay, with that, I thank you.